This is the Coin It Podcast, sponsored by coincosmo.com.
That I guess sneakers, in a way, are a product for the general public. So there may be just people that want to go out and wear that sneaker, and then they feel like they have to compete against these guys who are going to try and, resell it or build up the hype. I mean, is there like that kind of vibe going on? You think that's why, or is there something else?
No, I think that's probably has something to do with it. When you ask, it's funny. I've talked to Nike executives and had conversations. I used to work for Nike, and thought about going to design shoes for Nike many years ago. Loved the brand, always loved the brand. I was a huge Nike fan, from the beginning. And, I talked to the executives and I asked questions about like how they feel about reselling. Because if you think about it, the hype of a shoe, right? Just like the hype of an item, right? The more exclusive it is, the more people want it. If they made 100 million of them, then no one would care, right? They'd be sitting in Marshalls on discount right now, right? So it's a matter of an exclusive item that's hard to get, right? Nike knows that. So there's a part of it, in my opinion, that Nike understands the hype and understands these collaborations and understands the things that are going on. When people go crazy over it, that improves the Nike brand. It makes people want that item. And it's like, oh man, I can't get the Jordan that just came out today, but I'll get the one that's sitting on the shelf, right? I'll get something that maybe looks similar and I'm still buying it. Nike's winning either way, right? So it's interesting, when you think about it. So
going back, the founder you were saying of Off-White, his name is Virgil, is that correct?
Virgil Abloh, yeah.
Okay, so when you asked him that question, what was his feelings?
It was a great response. He talked about when he was a kid. So you talk to true collectors or true individuals that love the art of shoes. They talk about when they were kids, right? I showed you the shoe that got me into shoes. It was in a magazine. It might have been like a Kicks magazine or Slam back in the days that had an advertisement for the Penny Hardaway shoe. And when I saw that shoe in the advertisement, it was like, I had to have it. So Virgil talked about him being a young kid, growing up in Chicago and standing in line. I believe it was Madison Avenue, trying to get the new Jordan release that was coming out and sleeping overnight, and it's extremely cold in Chicago. Yeah. Getting the shoe. So he talked about the love of that shoe. And he wants to design things that when people receive it, they can see the work that went into it. Right. And feel as if they have that prized possession. So for him, and it was funny because about maybe 2 months after I'd asked him that question, there was a pair of Jordans that sold on Sotheby's for like $1 million, like original pair of Air Jordan 1s.
Wow.
And it like started to blow up even more. And this whole idea of like sneakers and streetwear becoming these pieces of art that are worth so much money, it's pretty wild. And it gets me excited about, NFTs. It gets me excited about, everything owning. If you're a collector, right, it's a great time to show. I mean, look at Pokemon cards. I mean, it's crazy, right? All of these things are all connected, and it brings us back to our childhood, right? Like that childhood connection that makes you want to pay extra when you have the money. Money is just a vessel. It allows you, it gives you access to things. So, if it's something you really want, you're willing to pay for it,